Are you in that situation where you can't see some text? This could be happening for another reason. Or maybe you can see some text in here, but not in the formula bar. In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix that, various things that can go wrong and how to fix them in each case. And this is partly a paid promotion, so I'm going to show you stellar repair for Excel later on in this video. My name is David Benham, and I have tons of videos on Excel, PowerPoint, Google Sheets, Zoom, Teams. If you're using tech of the workplace, and I'm covering it on my channel. So let's get started. So the most obvious reason is for white text. So we change that to any color and it will reveal there. The second one, why can't you see me? This is actually a number format. So if you click on that, you get to number formatting. And if someone has this number format of semicolon, 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 that means that it is not going to show you any text. Now, if you change it to anything else like this, it will show you that, for example. There might be reasons why you might want to do that, because, for example, you want to be able to select certain cells which have values, even though those values are not showing, or for certain report layouts, etc. Or just to play a practical joke on your friend, I have an April Fool's video with lots of ideas like this one in that video. By the way, if you want to download a copy of this same file, then you can look in the description below, and there is a link for how to do that. So the next one is a little bit different. Here we can see it in the cell, but not in the formula bar. Now, what is going on here? If you go to the Review tab, you have a protected sheet. Now, if you click Unprotected Sheet, you'll be able to now see it in both. Now, the way to actually get that to work, let's say that I select certain cells and I go to the Number Format tab, or the Format Cells. I can right-click and choose Format Cells and go to Protection. And here you have Locked and Hidden. This is how it is by default, but note that until you click on Protect Sheet in the Review tab, nothing happens, even with Locked. So I'm going to untick Locked and click Hidden just for these ones, and we'll see how they differ from the other ones that are the alternate settings. So press OK. And over here, now if I go to Protect Sheet, I'll tick all of those. It doesn't matter for this context. Now you can see that I can't see in the formula bar, but I can see it here. And I can edit it. Undo that, Control Z. In the other ones, I can see it, but I cannot edit it. So why might you want to do this? Well, maybe you're sharing the file with someone else, and that person, you don't want them to see what you're multiplying by. If you have a secret rate that you're using, for example, if you're linking to another worksheet that is hidden, that you don't want them to know is hidden, etc. So there might be other reasons like that. By the way, you also have hide ink here. So if you are using inking, then if you go to the Review tab, you can choose hide ink. So that is another reason why you might see it. And then you can also delete it. The next one is data validation. So here you can see the cell in Unprotect Sheet. I can see it up here as well, but if I try to edit it, it will give me an error. There's actually an error you can customize. Again, something in my April Fool's video if that is interesting to you. Next up, the next row is hidden. Now, 8, 9, 10. If you really look, you can see that it's hidden. However, many mistakes have been made in Excel because of hidden data, hidden rows. Because although it is a useful functionality, Excel does a very bad job at making it obvious to the user, so it's really easy to miss. So if you right click, you can choose unhide and then you'll get it back. I am hiding. The next one is, in my opinion, a better alternative to hiding, which is this. It is also hidden in the same way, row number 11, but it's much more obvious to the user that you can expand or collapse that. To get this, you can select multiple rows or columns, and you can go to the Data tab and choose Group here. Now in my version, you see it under Outline. However, you might just see Group in the menu depending how squashed your ribbon menu is. Also, just a side note that I have it here on the left. The default has it on the right. If you click on this, the default is to tick all of these three things, and then it shows you here on the right. I find the left is much better. So whenever I use this feature, which is quite a lot because I quite like it, I like it much better than hide, I always untick these. It's a bit counterintuitive. Untick the ones that say show it below and to the right. I think that this should be the default, so I do it like that. For me, it's extra useful to have it as a default because you can have a label on it. For example, expand for more. And now it is over there, whereas the default option, and I was using this for about 10 years before someone told me you could actually change the default. Default option would have it like that, expand for more is not linked. It doesn't look like it's the same place anymore. So yeah, so I like to choose that in here. Bit of sidestep for you there, but I enjoy that feature. Next is page layout view. Now here you have 3 different views. The middle one is the page layout view. This will show you that I actually have some things in the header of the file, which only show up when we print it with certain settings. It doesn't show up when we are looking at it. Now, just to show you, you do have a new header tab that appears just here. And you can add certain other things that are much, much harder to do in your regular Excel file, like the current date and the current time, the number of pages, the file path, the file name, the sheet name. So yeah, I could do, for example, current time, and it will show me like that. I click out and then it shows me there. Or I can say at and add some custom stuff in there as well. It's actually really, really easy to use. In the regular worksheet, you can get the current time by choosing equals now. Like that, this will show you the current date and time, and it does refresh whenever any cell is edited. To get the file name, you can choose equals cell, and then you have file name. Press a comma, even though it's in square brackets, means it's optional. I always advise to choose a cell like A1, something that won't be deleted, so that it does get replaced automatically. It shows you the file path and then the file name here, and then the sheet name. Now, if you only want to get the sheet name, for example, you can go one step further and choose text after, and you have then cell, and then file name, comma, and then reference up here as well. Close the bracket for cell. Now we go to the delimiter. The delimiter, as you can see, is this square bracket, close square bracket. So always in speech marks when you're referring to text in an Excel formula, close your speech marks, and then you press close brackets to close the text after function, and now it is showing you like that. You could also do a more advanced one to get it showing you between this and the dot. XLSX, for example, that will show you just the file name, and if you rename, it will rename it dynamically there and also rename it dynamically here as well. Another thing that I think should be way easier in Excel. So the next one is this one. So here I have some text showing me the formula bar, but it's not showing me there. Now the reason for that is something called conditional formatting. I really like conditional formatting. I find it's a very underused feature. If I go to manage rules, I can see that it is showing me with a white text on white background if the value contains ghosts, and it does. If I were to change this to hosts, now it will show me normal, but if I just have the word ghosts here somewhere, doesn't matter where, it will hide it. Now, this feature is super, super useful, not with a blank text, but you can, for example, select some cells, go to conditional formatting and highlight cell rules, text that contains. I always use this feature, and I can say anything that has hide or hidden is showing me in yellow. There you go. If you forget which cells have conditional formatting, you do have in Find and Select something cool called Go to Special. And then here, you can select all the cells with conditional formatting and press OK. And I will selecting all of those just to show me that they have conditional formatting. You could also have a hidden worksheet. So you can right click on a worksheet and choose Unhide and press OK. And here is a hidden worksheet. And the next two are about what if a file is pretty corrupt. So this is open and repair, and then if that doesn't work, choose Stellar Repair for Excel. So if I go to File and Open and Browse, I can choose here, Open and Repair. So this will go one step above the regular Open to try and repair that file as well. And here I have my folder, so I'm going to copy this, and then here I'm going to paste it, enter, and then I have corrupt file to fix, press open and repair, and then it will open that and it will try and repair it immediately. So the error message came out, meaning they couldn't repair it. And if I just try and open it normally, by the way, it also gives me the same error. So I'm going to look at a third-party tool to be able to fix this file. So I'm in my web browser and you just Google Stellar Repair for Excel and you get this. It's a free online tool. It will give it to you as either an online one like this, or you can also download a desktop version. So I'll show you both. So if you go to upload file and then upload Excel. So I'm again going to paste this and here I have it to open. It's going to upload it and then click Start Repair. This takes a while. Note that on the free plan, you can do 1 file per month. And I fast forwarded that, but now it says repaired. You can download it. Downloads it as a zip folder. But if I copy this and let's paste it over here. Now, if I double click to open this file normally, it will do it like this. And this had loads of conditional formatting and other features in it, but it does work as expected. Great. So let's take the same file and let's try and open it using the desktop version of Stellar Repair. You'd have to sign in to get the 1 per month and create a free account. But if you go back to this website, we're going to look at the desktop. So here you can scroll down, try desktop software. So you can download it here, free download, or buy now to be able to actually use it. So after I've downloaded it, I'm going to open Stellar Repair for Excel. Then it opens it up like this. And then you find the file. So basically you browse for it. And this is the one. This is the one we already fixed with the online version. And then you click Repair. There you go. This is the same one we saw earlier. So it's a preview over here. Here you have the log report of what it's done. And then if you go to save file, so default location is where the file existing is. So I'm going to press OK. Otherwise, you can press select new folder and browse wherever you want. But default location is OK for me. And then it will give it to you this way. You can go to open containing folder. Here's the one that it fixed. And this is the one that it just fixed now. This is the earlier one. So if I double click on that one to open it, it will show me pretty much the same file that I showed you earlier. All right, and that's Stellar Repair for Excel. So if I navigate back here to look at the pricing of both of them, if you want to upgrade the Excel one, you can repair 5 Excel files for $9.99 per month currently. Or if you want to use the desktop software, it will cost you $39, discounted $10 at the moment, and this will just be forever. So this is just for Excel, but this same company also offers things that can repair other corrupted files like Word, PowerPoint, PDF, or it can also replace other things. And the online version is able to repair videos and photos as well. All right, well, I hope that helps. My name has been David Benheim, and I have tons of videos on Excel, PowerPoint, Google Sheets, Zoom, Teams. So if you're using Tech of the Workplace and I'm coming on my channel, check out my other videos. Thanks for watching.